start, Eddie.
Okay. Welcome to Bitcoin Amsterdam 2025. I'm here again with Steph and of course with Mick. This time on the
From Geyser.
Yes.
Geyser.
It has been a while, man. 3 years or so.
Yes. Yes. I thought it was 3 minutes, but
Yeah.
Maybe it was. No. It's well, a lot of things happen, and of course, in terms of Lightning, it's 1 year is a generation.
Yeah.
For guys, I can imagine also. So
yes,
yeah.
yes.
When we last spoke, you described Geyser as a new type of Lightning-based crowdfunding platform, and Bitcoin is completely going to change the game of funding together with Geyser. How has that vision been tested, and what has changed in a couple of years?
Yeah, well, so really good question. How has us? We bet very strongly on Bitcoin and Lightning, and that's been our thesis. And I believe it's still holding on. Like Bitcoin and Lightning have not collapsed. They've proven to be the right technical systems. The infrastructure is being built. However, what we can say probably is Bitcoin has also grown as in adoption, but mainly as a store of value, I would say. And then we've begun to see this new movement of circular economies emerging and people using it as money, but still within a niche ecosystem.
Yeah.
So I think this is changing. I think the narrative is changing more towards Bitcoin as everyday money, especially now with the recent change, with the recent thing that happened yesterday with Square and Cash App integrating Bitcoin as a proof of sale, point of sale.
Yeah.
And they're releasing to Europe.
Release to Europe really soon.
That's a big thing.
So I think this is going to be just acceptance of Bitcoin as everyday money is going to be really big for things like donations, crowdfunding, where people cannot be using things like GoFundMe or Kickstarter around the world. Now you can donate towards important causes that are happening all around the world, and also all sorts of not just humanitarian but also educational products that are being sold. So I'm really excited to see that happen.
Yeah, and since you guys are here now for a couple of years, what is, in your opinion, the hardest part of building a non-custodial global funding platform on Lightning today?
Yeah, it's
apart from regulations, maybe, but
yeah. So I think it's building non-custodial is really important for regulations. I think the hard part, obviously, is just understanding how Bitcoin works, understanding the Bitcoin cycles. You can't really be building a company in Bitcoin if you're not understand like how Bitcoin works. Being up to date with the evolution of Bitcoin layers, even things like Arc that are emerging, Rootstock being very important, smart contract layer. There's a lot of different things to keep an eye out. Things are evolving all the time, and I think the timing can take people aback sometimes. It's important to stay lean because things can take. They are really gradual for a long time before they become suddenly. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, I think if you're in Europe with regulations, make sure you remain non-custodial because the MiCA regulation are choking a lot of Bitcoin businesses.
Yeah. Hey, what new developments in the Lightning stack, for example, Bolt offers, Bolt 12, splicing or split payments could have been the biggest impact on Geyser's future?
Good question. And when we met last time 3 years ago, we were also talking about how close Bolt 12 was. But unfortunately, it's not been part of the priorities of projects, things to work on in Lightning, which is a shame because that would help immensely platforms like us and the emergence of new platforms. I do think that is really important, and it's a shame it hasn't happened yet.
Hey, Geyser has used Voltage and Amboss in the back end. Are you still building around managed infrastructure, or are you also exploring more software developments?
So we're not. So I think Voltage enables quite self-sovereign systems in that we are not custodying funds or controlling funds anyway. Funds go straight into the users' wallets, and then it just allows us to operate quite leanly online, even if it's an online sort of a cloud server that we're running. But let's see, down the road we're open to that. It's just not something that can have an impact on users. So we're just trying to focus on what brings us, more people to use Geyser, really, right? That's kind of our key focus. In terms of other tools that you had asked, just emergent came to mind now. Also, Rootstock being a really important smart contract layer to Bitcoin. That now through bolts you can swap in and out. And
non-custodial.
It's not. You can use non-custodial smart contract logic and build all sorts of interesting tools on it. And people keep it really simple to the extent that people only know and have to use Bitcoin. They don't have to know more things about it.
And, you're introducing an all or nothing funding model on Bitcoin. That's a major step, of course. And how will it technically work and economically?
So how it works is that you have the creator that launches a project and then creates a goal and then sets a particular time within which the goal has to be reached. And then as people fund, the creator only gets the money if the goal is reached within that time. If not, the funds are gonna be given back to the funders. And that, interesting model aligns incentives very well. The creator is more incentivized to launch a project because they know that they're gonna get the money only if the goal is reached. After which they can actually do the project. While if they don't make enough money, they cannot actually make that project happen, because there's often high capital expenditure or that have to go into some of these projects. And the contributors also feel more confident because they know they can get their money back if the goal is not met. And then Geyser, on the other hand, is not taking any fees unless the goal is reached.
And you've mentioned using smart contracts on Rootstock to make this non-custodial. Why Rootstock, and what challenges have you faced integrating that with Lightning?
So there's ways to do it with Lightning using hold invoices, but it's not a very good UX. The timeline can only go up to 2 minutes. There can only be up to 300 payments at the same time. So it doesn't really work. It would be really like a kind of fudgy hack that would not work very well. We thought about Liquid, we talked about Bitcoin DLCs, but when looking into it, we just didn't find a way to deliver a good user experience. That's what we're really focused at Geyser, is making it really easy. And what really sold it to us was that no one, the creator or the contributors, need to know about Rootstock. It's sort of happening in the background as technology, as infrastructure. And what people need to do is just, about Bitcoin. And that's what really sold it to us. There's no need for a Rootstock token or anything like that. And also, they do have a token, but their main layer operates entirely on Rootstock BTC. So they're, very, very much Bitcoiners. We kind of appreciated that. So let's see. I think there's a really interesting product there, and the smart contract is really honestly what's missing in Bitcoin. So this all or nothing is really a first trial at building more sort of, I guess you could say, DeFi things on Bitcoin without the shitcoining aspect.
Great.
And what type of projects do you think will benefit the most from this? Hardware startups or educational initiatives, perhaps?
I think educational initiatives could be interesting, but I definitely the Kickstarter model lends itself very well to products like books, games, video games, and hardware, like new wallet types. And if you're launching a new product like these, it's all or nothing is really, really good place to start, because it'll help generate hype. It'll give you like that proof of concept, help you get a community around it, and really test your idea before actually starting to put in money. And then you can really test your idea in really, really short time frames. So you can give yourself a month to launch your idea and see if it gets picked up, and really only start building it out once the goal is reached.
I think it makes it more authentic also to the creator, because your goal is that it succeeds, and that's different than, I'm receiving now some funding, but it isn't enough to really get it to the next level. I mean, it's So I hope that it really works like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man. Hey, one final question to wrap things up here, Mick. What would success look like for you? 1,000 projects a year, or a world where anyone can fund any idea without permission?
I'll invoke the why not both meme. Definitely both. I mean, ultimately it's about Bitcoin. Ultimately it's about impact, right? Like we wanted to build a tool where the community could come together to fund things that matter to the community, and I think to the Bitcoin community, what that is freedom projects that bring about adoption, financial empowerment, financial education, communities coming together, even causes and humanitarian aspects, humanitarian projects. So I'm really excited to just see more of that, Bitcoiners coming together, and this kind of culture of Bitcoin and freedom funding really important projects that are helping advance humanity ultimately.
Great. Well, thanks for your time, man.
Yeah, and I would love to hear more. In the couple of next years. There's going to be a lot of things that need to be created. And if listeners want to know more about projects or have an idea, go to Geyser.fund or on Noster. And then you can read all about it. And
subscribe to the newsletter.
The newsletter gives you ideas to think, well, maybe it is possible to get funding for my amazing project. So thanks again.
Thanks again,
Thank you guys so much.
Regards to
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.